Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is the Narcissistic Resistance. In this resistance video, sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. And here's his story. And this is actually an update. This Anonymous last video I did was your anger is why you stay no contact from the narcissist. And this is an individual who's gotten no contact with his entire family. Hi, Ollie. This is an update about going no contact from my 4 adult narc siblings who are desperately trying to seamlessly keep me in the role of the family scapegoat since after my narc and enabler parents are gone, and hopefully moved on to a place where empaths aren't enabling narcissists and sociopaths. For the first time in my life, I made it through the holidays successfully, no contact from those 4 Kool-Aid drinkers. I was thinking that the worst was over until I listened to one of your videos today and realized how much I'm still struggling. It's like I'm in denial or disassociating or something. Your video that triggered me was the one called "It's Just a Complex Silent Treatment When the Narcissist Goes No Contact from You." Okay. That video, I'm talking about when the narcissist actually is the one who breaks contact with you and won't contact, obviously. This isn't what you did. You broke contact with all these people. They're not giving you a silent treatment. They're trying to draw you back in, as you're saying here. Before listening to that video, it's like I didn't even know I'm still angry and upset about this situation of family of origin still trying to keep me in the role, keep me in the scapegoat role. To make a long story short, it is my older chronic liar sister that is in some ways similar to the chronic liar mother in the story. Anyway, I'm trying to get to the point of this story. This past December, my older sister suddenly became much more obvious and desperate covert narc. Suddenly, she is ignoring me completely and sending my wife text messages about once a week. To me, this is an obvious attempt to cause conflict between my wife and I. The evil strategy of covert narc sister would work if I wasn't keeping hypervigilant and staying way on top of this situation. And here's the problem here. And this is why no contact is the only answer. Because you have to stay so hyper vigilant, warding off attacks, you can't even deal with and face the facts to deal with your own anger that you don't even realize how angry you are. Everything we talk about in your videos is centered around your anger. You're gonna have to, it's gonna have to, look, you're a powder keg. You're obviously a powder keg. We're all powder kegs at some point. More volatile at some times than others. Like if you got to go somewhere and explode it out somewhere, just alone, where you got to scream, yell, hit something, whatever you got to do. Because this is simmering for you. You gotta blow this. You gotta blow the gasket. You gotta blow this gasket. And you're not wrong for doing it. Your anger is righteous. Your anger, you're entitled to. And you don't even realize you have the anger you're entitled to because you have to stay so hyper vigilant for this shit. Your sister's texting your wife. Are you insane? How dare you text my wife? Where do they get their entitlement? This is what I'm talking about. It's all this super entitlement that you're going to stay the goddamn scapegoat in this relationship. That you're going to be the one where shit always fucking ends up on you. You got to cut it off, which is what you did this time. And you realize you don't got to pick up the phone. You don't got to reply to their bullshit. But you got to deal with your anger. And this is a good thing. Because you're at a point now where you're realizing anger that you didn't even know you had. And don't feel bad about it. You're absolutely entitled to it. We all are. It was pretty intense through December, trying to monitor evil sister's emails and text messages to my wife and keep the situation cool. Why do you got to keep the situation cool? That's the thing. Why do you got to keep this? See, this is it. It's all on you. It's always all on you. Always all on us to keep everything cool. You know what? Fuck that. It ain't on us. We're the ones that have been twisted. We're the ones that have to adjust for them. No, fuck that. You got to monitor and stay cool if she's trying to cause conflict in your marriage? Think about that. And you wonder why you're angry? Think about that. You have absolutely, that's fucking flip a table over angry. How dare you, bitch? I know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. And I know that you know what you do, that I know what you're doing. It is hard because this is a big change for my wife too. Fortunately, my wife has her own life and can't afford to spend a lot of time and worry on my narc siblings. Well, you know what, man? Look. I'm going to put it right there. That's a selfish attitude for her. It's not about your siblings. It's about worrying about you. You're the one who's damaged. You're the one who's being eaten up by anger and confusion and all this bullshit. Does she have time to worry about you? Does she have time to care to know what it's doing to you? That this has been going on since childhood and it continues on and now it's starting to all come to a head. You're finally starting to break free and understand it. You don't have time for your narc. It ain't about your narc siblings. It's about you. It is like when you said in the video that there is a false sense of calm or closure when there really isn't, because I'm actively being messed with. It is the actively being messed with part that woke me up to what has been going on. It's weird. Like being hypervigilant was just like routine shit to be expected with my covert narc siblings. And so it didn't really disturb me until I was able to see it from a different perspective by listening to a similar story and hearing your comments about it. We always think we're going through this shit alone. That's why channels like this, okay, and others like it is so important. That's why talking about narcissism and getting it out there and telling our stories is so important, because for fucking decades we didn't even know how to verbalize it. We had no concept, we had no way to even communicate it other than, oh, well, you're just fucking crazy. Or all families are like that, or your parents love you. Fuck that. Because this shit is uncomfortable to go through. It's uncomfortable to talk about. It's uncomfortable to hold the mirror up and look at it for what it is. It's kind of like being hypervigilant is one thing, and I was just dealing with it daily without thinking about it. But after your video, it is like I'm thinking, hey, why am I being hypervigilant and spending all this thought and energy about this sister who supposedly loves me? And she's trying to substitute herself into my marriage and replace me. This all just seems like this just seems like all primitive in everything. Just like some starving people scrabbling in a scarcity matrix for limited supply. Would love to hear your take on this madness, Anonymous. And I think I saw you just send me something while I was filming this. Oh, okay. You did, but it's not. Okay, so you figured this out better. You know, you're very good at figuring this stuff out on your own. You're I mean, you got it with the hypervigilance. You're so hypervigilant. It's like, what are you even hypervigilant for? So you're trying to keep things cool. So what? You don't have to stand up to her for you. So you could stand up for yourself. Your hypervigilance around the narcissist makes you not even realize your anger. You don't even realize your anger, even though in your last video, your anger is what's keeping you away and you're not realizing it. We all need to realize our anger over what the narcissists have done. All of it. It has to be studied. We have to embrace it. We have to let it out in a safe, normal way where we're not hurting the people we care about. Again, it concerns me what you said about your wife not having time for your narc. It's not about your narc siblings. It's about you. It's about this. It's what you've written. It's about your pain. It's about your lack of understanding for so long, and now you're starting to see the light. She needs to be there with you. She needs to be a rock for you, and she needs to be able to understand that. Not just, oh, I'm here, I got my own life. She's your wife. Otherwise, what is the point? How is it that much different from what your own family's been doing to you? Now, I don't know much about what's going on with that. Maybe I'm reading the line a little bit wrong, but it isn't about your siblings in regards to you. You are her husband. So, realize you're entitled to your anger. Your hypervigilance is what keeps you from your anger. And you need to learn to embrace the anger over the narcissist's abuse. So, thank you again for another contribution and another story. I really appreciate it. I hope it helps. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comment section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, or a Facebook live chat, or you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it growing, expanding, and succeeding, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all of this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with the PayPal and email links in the description box. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been the Narcissistic Resistance. Take care.